High school sports, where the student athletes of today are forged into men and women of tomorrow. Join our Chippewa Valley Big Reds and Dakota Cougars on their journey towards building their skills and identities, learning to endure through struggles and setbacks, discovering the camaraderie of working together as a team, and feeling the unparalleled rush of achieving greatness on the field. Welcome to CVC Sports.
Good evening and welcome to a beautiful night here in Clinton Township. A matchup tonight between the Chippewa Valley Big Reds and the Creuse Lancers. Brad Fetters alongside Jeff Vitale getting you set for tonight's action. Jeff, a little MAC crossover matchup tonight between the MAC Red and the MAC Blue.
Yeah, division play is done now for most teams in the area. Now it's just couple crossovers or some non-conference games to kind of tune up for those that are going to be playoff bound, Brad.
Chippewa Valley coming into play tonight looking for their very first win of the season. They finished the MAC Red season 0-5, 0-7 overall. They're standing right now, Creuse North just 1-6, a low line driving kick out of bounds. Creuse's lone victory this season was over their rivals, Creuse North, so something's going to have to give here tonight.
Yeah, you know, both teams, I'm sure on both sides of the fence are saying about, hey, listen, we need to get a win this week. You know, your Chippewa Valley, this is your homecoming game. You're a little fired up. And if anything, it's just playing for some pride. You put a lot of time in. They've been going since June, and they want to get a good showing tonight. So far the season hasn't gone Chippewa Valley's way.
Big Reds have lost 9 straight dating back to last season, averaging just 11 points per contest. So something going to have to go right offensively here for Chippewa Valley. Right off the hop, going to line up with just 2 wide receivers. Going to move this football up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, a little miss spot there with the kick out of bounds.
And it'll be Zach Brown, the starting quarterback tonight. So a bit of a change. Brady Collins has been the starter all season long. Chippewa Valley going to keep it on the ground on first down. Fantastic run straight up the middle. Gary Chandler, senior running back, picks up 8 on first down.
Yeah, nice little cutback there by Chandler. Was able to scoot up the hole and get a few extra yards there. Nice job on first down. You always want to get those big gains on first down. Keeps the playbook wide open on second down.
Second down and 1. Zach Brown going to give to Chandler once again. Met at the line of scrimmage, pushes forward into Lancer territory. So back-to-back runs. Gives the Big Reds enough for the first down.
Well, he's not a big guy, is Chandler at 5'7", 155 pounds, but he's pulling guys down the line, keeping his feet moving, getting those extra yards.
A bit of a move perhaps to Zach Brown just because he is the junior. Looking ahead to next season. Tackle made by Logan Kurtz. Senior linebacker for the Lancers.
Yeah, 4 yards on that play. We'll see when they allow him to get his first toss in here. Sure, it's going to be something to get his confidence, maybe a wide receiver screen or a tailback screen somewhere.
Both of his wide receivers set out to the left. Brown brings a man over in motion. It's Darius Smith. Hands to Smith, and he is immediately brought down. Terrific open field tackle, Lathan Groves. And Lathan Groves is a player we're going to be talking about throughout tonight's contest. Has offers from Ferris State, Grand Valley State, Kent State, Colorado State, along with Western Michigan University.
Well, he showed one on that one. Came up from his safety spot, made a great play in the backfield. Chippewa running a little jet sweep there. That was actually a forward pass, so that is Brown's first completion.
A loss of 4 creates a third down, 10 to go for the Big Reds. Brown. A handoff once again. Peyton Coldicott. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard for Chippewa Valley. And now decision time early for Chippewa Valley, and they're going to bring the punt unit on.
Yeah, that's a field position move right there. He's trying to not turn the ball over, going to try to punt the ball deep and make the Lancers work with most of the field.
Donovan Lyons, the junior defensive back and wide receiver, is deep. The ball will bounce at the 15. Takes a bit of a Chippewa Valley bounce. It's going to roll all the way inside the 10-yard line. A fantastic punt by Roy Haddad. And this will really set up Lance Creuse in terrible starting field position.
Yeah, all the way down to 7. It looked like it was going to roll out of bounds, and that ball just immediately turned left and just rolled itself all the way down the 7-yard line. What a punt there by Haddad. And Lancers are going to be way backed up here as the Big Red defense maybe can get out of the gates quick here and get them in some long situations early.
Lance Creuse team 1-6 on the season. They finished 1-4 in the MAC Blue, averaging just under 12 points per game. Lancers going to keep it on the ground with Donovan Lyons. Tried to hurdle a man, nothing going there. Logan Kurtz, the signal caller. He's a senior for head coach Vincent Phillips Jr.
A little toss play out of the shotgun. Big Reds did a good job of coming up and making him cut up the field sooner than he wanted to, just for a gain of 3.
Lance Creuse team lost last week 56-6 against the Roseville Panthers. They had 161 total yards of offense, 136 through the air, just 25 rushing yards as they put the ball on the carpet, quickly covered up. Boy, nearly a costly turnover there. Bad exchange. Logan Lanu.
And you're going to give those yards right back that you got on first down, really go back not only to the line of scrimmage, but then some, 3rd and 11.
Lance Creuse will rotate a bunch of players in at the skill position. Nate Apperson in the slot to the bottom of the formation. 4 wide receiver set. And a pre-snap penalty going to go against the Big Reds.
Yeah, those are things you don't want to do. 3rd and long, and you give them 5 freebies. This definitely gives the Lancers a little bit more options now on 3rd down.
Logan Kurtz looks over at his visitor's sideline. Crowd beginning to make some noise. Pretty good sized crowd here on homecoming. Looking to go deep. Got a man on the outside and overthrew him. That had the potential to be a game-breaking play early for the Lancers. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Terrell Freeman, the intended wide receiver on the outside for the Lancers.
Well, he had a step. That ball just sailed a little too much over the head of the receiver for an incomplete pass, because if that would have been caught, Brad, he might have been still running.
So single coverage on the outside.
A little bit of a gust out there. Don't know if that maybe got the ball a little more out of the reach of the receiver.
And there's a punt block, goes straight up into the air, into the hands of a waiting Big Red for the touchdown.
Hard to see the number. I can't tell if it's 30 or 10.
That's going to be number 30. Bryce Locke had a rushing touchdown a week ago. And that loss against Anchor Bay, a 77-yarder, this time turns the punt block into points. And the Big Reds jump out in front, 6-0. Haddad in to add on the extra point.
Well, not only that, Brad, after the block, as the punter was going for it, he flipped the ball up with his hand over the punter and was able to catch it. And then he only had a yard to run in the end zone. Great play there by Bryce Locke.
And then adds on the PAT, and with 7:20 now left to go in the opening quarter of play. The Big Reds strike first and lead it 7-0. So, not getting much support from your offense. An offensive unit that's only averaging 11 points per game. Well, what do? You call on the special teams, and they come up big on the opening drive of this football game and turn a block punt into a touchdown.
Well, and you talk about how important all three phases are, offense, defense, but sometimes what gets overlooked is special teams. And there you go, special teams touchdown. Your offense moved the ball just a little bit on their opening drive, but a big block there. Now the Big Reds are up 7-0 early. Speaking of those Roseville Panthers that you mentioned, Brad, they're over on, they had to travel a little north today to battle the Bulldogs, MAC Red champions this year.
Yeah, how about those Romeo Bulldogs? A 5-0 record in MAC Red play. After losing their first 2 games of the season, you thought, well, maybe Romeo not that good this year. They go off and they rattle off 5 straight wins in the MAC Red, a perfect record. Congratulations to them. I mean, just a fabulous season for them.
And they followed that win against Dakota with a 45-9 win against Stevenson.
That's a live ball. That's a live ball. Coach Terry Wilson signaling that it's Chippewa Valley ball, and it is, in fact, Big Red football. That's number 22, Josh Johnson. He's a terror on the basketball court. He's not too bad on special teams.
Well, that push punt, that was a Phil Mickelson wedge right there, and that thing hit and checked backwards. And Lance Creuse had no chance. And you want to talk about, how great something looks for a few minutes and then turns the other way on you. Lance Creuse gets the Big Reds to punt, and then the next thing you know, the ship goes sideways fast with a block punt and now recovering the ensuing kickoff, and they got great field position at the 25-yard line.
Zach Brown, the 6-foot, 155-pound QB, back in the shotgun. Going to turn, he's going to hand off to Bryce Locke. Locke got the outside, looking for the edge. He turns it up to the 10. Ooh, takes a shot at around the 12-yard line, knocked out of bounds.
There's a flag down there too, but I don't know how number 8 didn't get a flag on that. He kind of walked right by and said something to him on the sideline. It's got to be a taunt.
So marked down at the 12-yard line, a pickup of 13 for Locke.
And called for holding. But at the end of the play, there was a taunt.
So Bryce Locke has already made the difference with the punt recovery in the end zone. He had a 77-yard touchdown, the lone touchdown against Anchor Bay last week. Chippewa Valley did move the football, 241 yards, 75 through the air, 166 on the ground. We'll get the call here.
Holding, offense, targeting, defense, penalty, offset, replay the down.
They called targeting, so is number 8 ejected? They're going to play it again for the 25, but
so penalties offset. They'll replay the down. They'll replay first down. Head referee misspoke. I believe he said we'll replay second down. We'll replay first down.
all right, do-over.
Well, targeting should be an ejection, right?
Yeah.
Now we'll stay on the ground with Chandler up near the first down. And another flag comes out.
That was from the backside judge there. Another hold. That's going to be a hold on Lance Creuse. Or did he change his mind?
Lancers are clapping.
He pointed to Lance Creuse. I mean, he did point to the red end zone just to be, just going to put that out there.
Everybody having a bit of an off night to start. You're playing hurt.
Man, I am. I'm struggling. I came down with something yesterday, some kind of sinus thing, and it's you try to teach 128 middle schoolers and coach football. practice on a sinus infection. It is not fun.
We're fairly close up here in this broadcast booth. Should I be moving away?
I'm definitely not going to snuggle with you, that's for sure.
So this is going to set up.
Should I wear my mask?
You're okay. First down and 20 to go. After back-to-back holding calls, still not quite sure.
Trying to get an explanation down there.
Officials still talking this one over.
Coach Pierce was trying to get an explanation. Did the NFL buzz in?
Well, it's a bit of a sore subject around the city of Detroit. Now they're going to move this football
No,
again.
now we're going back to a 1 yard loss.
So
it should be a spot foul. And the spot foul was like inside the 10 where he threw the flag.
10 yards from the spot of the foul will move the football to around the 26. So goes from,
I don't know. E-I-E-I-O. I don't know.
they had it at 1st and 20. Now it's going to be 1st and 11. We still haven't really addressed the targeting call.
No. And that was on their best player, by the way.
Yeah, that was on Lathan Groves.
Yeah.
Senior linebacker.
And he's still in there. And he's still in there. I guess it wasn't major targeting.
No, let's get clarification. We'll try to get clarification. There's a
boy.
bad snap. And just falling on it is Zach Brown.
Zach Brown fell on that snap.
Now the ball's all the way out to 36, so you got 21 yards to get to a first down here.
So the MHSA targeting rule penalizes players for initiating forcible contact to an opponent's head or neck area, typically with the helmet, forearm, or fist. Actions like launching, leading with the crown of the helmet, or making helmet-to-helmet contact are considered targeting. Officials have discretion on whether or not they want to eject a player for a flagrant foul, though ejection is not automatic, unlike the college rules.
Okay.
So staying on his feet, Chandler. And another flag flies. 6:01 left to go the first quarter of play.
Well, that didn't come from the back judge this time, so he's trying to save his arm for later in the game. We've had quite a bit of flags already. We're just getting started. Boy, oh boy. All right, so we're not we're moving the ball back. We're not moving the ball back. They declined the penalty. Face up out 3rd and 12. The Big Reds haven't tried to throw the ball down the field yet. Dare them to. You can see Lance Creuse is not respecting the downfield passing right now of Chippewa, as they got almost everybody in the box with just playing man-to-man on their wide receivers.
So after a recovered kick, this drive started on the 25. We've had 4 straight penalties. We've gained 2 yards as Brown's going to keep it on the ground and once again just get absolutely leveled by Lathan Groves. Actually lost his shoe. That's how hard he got hit. He lost his shoe.
It's kind of like when you get hit by a car, you see people's shoes go flying. Well, I'd have to say you're in this area of the field where you're going to go for it.
Get another look at it. Terrific job. We got all the angles covered tonight.
Here you see number 8 come flying over, just boom. Well, he sure doesn't miss when he hits you, doesn't he?
That clearly led with the shoulder. That was a good, clean hit.
Oh, no, that was a fabulous hit.
Dominic Vitale running the field level camera tonight. Love that angle.
He's got a lot of body behind that, too.
Brown's going to roll out to his left this time. Puts on the brakes, fires across the middle, too tall for his intended wide receiver. Chase Johnson falls incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs for Chippewa offensively. And Lance Creuse will go to work their second drive of this football game with 5:12 left to go. So he had Chase Johnson open across the middle. Just threw it over his head.
Yeah, that's tough when you can't take advantage of that gift that Chippewa Valley got. Romeo on the board early, 7-0. The Bulldog Express. How about Utica up 6-0 early over at Dakota?
Well, and that one's going to have all kinds of playoff implications because more
Yes.
than likely those two teams will be in the same district, and you're talking about home field advantage. Eisenhower will more than likely be the one. See a little razzle-dazzle
nice.
here as they give the handoff to Andre Fort. Chippewa Valley had that figured out nearly immediately.
Sam Jones. How about this score, Brad? You ready?
Of course.
Lakeview 13, Eisenhower 0.
That's a bit of a shocker.
A nice little counter play and beautifully read. Sam Jones.
Loss of 5. Second down, 15 to go now. Some movement up front by Chippewa Valley. Boy, oh boy.
My buddy's at that game because his son's on Utica's varsity. He's supposed to give me text updates. He's not doing his job.
Offside against Chippewa Valley. That penalty yardage will now mark the football at the original line of scrimmage. So fantastic defensive play on first down, negated now by the penalty. Second down, 10 to go for the Lancers. Under 4.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter to play. Kurtz, 4 wide receivers set. Gonna roll out to his right. Feels some pressure. Looks downfield, chucks it. Got a man wide open. Busted coverage. Andre Fort down to the Chippewa Valley 25-yard line. Not too often you see a wide receiver that wide open.
Oh, I think the Big Reds got caught watching the
Scramble.
quarterback and forgot about everyone else behind them. Kurtz just lets it fly and wide open.
Eventually tackled by Josh Johnson. Lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come out for a play. And all of a sudden now, the Lancers knocking on the door. We'll get another look at it here, Jeff.
And the Big Reds had some heat on him. He just lets it fly. Wide open. Oh, boy.
Little bunch set. The handoff comes. Andre Fort looking for the edge. Turns it back upfield. Spun down. Good pursuit by the Big Reds. They bring him down at the 23-yard line. Pickup of just a couple.
Jaden 5 makes stop for the Big Reds. Gain of 2 for the Lancers. Now second and 8.
Second down and 8. QB keeper. Nope, this can be Logan Lanou.
Lyman tried to toss the ball back to the official and threw it about 4 feet over his head. Third and short here for the Lancers. Big Red defense here. You would assume, I don't know if Lance Creuse has much of a kicker, but probably 2-down territory most likely. They want to try to tie this game.
Lanou listed as a quarterback, so we'll see if at some point he may try to throw the ball here. Logan Kurtz looks over at his visitor's sideline. Little check on me. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of the formation. He's going to go straight ahead. He's going to try to push for it.
Short.
Enos Carter, the initial penetration there for the Big Reds.
Let's see where they spot this. He had to get to the 15.
It's going to be about a yard short. And this is an instant go for it.
Well, you would think so with the size of the quarterback they got. Just let him run downhill and get that yard that you need.
Lance Creuse lone victory on the season was a home win over the rivals Lance Creuse North 27-25. That's the most points they've scored all season. Also scored 14 against Lakeview and 14 against Linden in week 1.
Oh, Lance Creuse goes off sides there. That's going to cost him 5 yards. Receiver made a good block, though.
False start on the Lancers will move them back 5 yards.
Receiver's trying to plead his case. Like, listen, dude, you ran right at him and started blocking him. There's no excuse.
So 4th down, 6 to go, and it apparently is not going to change much here of what Lance Creuse wants to do. Gonna go for it here on 4th down. Kurtz, Lanou in the backfield in his left pocket. Boy, another flag comes out. There was some flinching along the line. And it's going to be another false start against Lance Creuse.
These officials are going to need some shoulder massages after the game. They're going to be shoulders are going to be overworked from tossing those flags all over the place. We might be pretty close to having almost a 1-to-1 flag to play ratio.
It certainly hasn't been a clean quarter of football, and we saw a punch punt last time out of a formation that looked similar to this, but Lance Creuse more than likely just going to go for it. Really have nothing to lose. High snap brings it down and nearly had a one-handed snag. Nice effort by Nate Apperson. The senior wide receiver falls incomplete. So both teams trade turnover on downs inside their opponent's territory.
Yeah, he was trying to go to the running back in the flats, and he had nowhere to go. And last-ditch effort, he tried to get set up high to his tall wide receiver. He just couldn't pull it in.
Back to work now for Zach Brown. Just the two wide receivers set. It's Creuse. 4 down linemen, a couple of linebackers in there as well. Going to keep it on the ground with Bryce Locke. Locke up to the 29-yard line. 3-yard pickup on first down. Under a minute now left to go in the first quarter.
This first quarter seems unusually long, Brad.
Chippewa Valley is going to change out their tailbacks. Kari Chandler is going to check in.
19 flags will slow it down.
Brown directing traffic, brings a man over in motion, fakes to him, hands to Chandler. Chandler knocked down, guess who?
Yeah.
Lathan Groves. That's why the man has Division I offers. He's just a hard-hitting machine.
Yeah, there's only one guy in the field that hits like that, and that's number 8 in white.
3rd down and 4. More than likely, Chippewa Valley is going to take it to the first quarter intermission without having to run a play. They'll line up and more than likely allow the clock to expire. And that is what, in fact, will happen.
Or not.
Or not. Clock did hit 0.
He led with his helmet there, too.
And then we got a little bit of a brawl up top.
I mean, that was more of a targeting than what was the first one. He led right there with his helmet. They went face mask to face mask.
So the clock expired prior to the snap of that football. The Chippewa Valley will get it up to the 35-yard line and will face a 4th and 1 after this brief timeout. We'll take it along with them here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
To the Valley, Chippewa Valley in front of Lance Creuse by the score of 7-0 in the 2025 homecoming game. Brad Fetters along with Jeff Vitale, and decision time here for Chippewa Valley facing a 4th and 1. They'll scrimmage from the 35-yard line. Zach Brown and the offense remaining in this football game. This is some trust in your offensive unit, Jeff Vitale.
I like it. Your own 7, go for it. Get something done here. You can get a yard.
It's going to be really Chandler, close. And it all depends on the spot of this football. Side judge on this side looks like he has it right at the 36, so this should be a first down. It is a very good spot if you are a big Red fan.
The ref didn't even hesitate. I mean, I don't know if it was as obvious as the ref made it seem to be, as confidently as he pointed, but maybe he got it by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Anyways, it's the first down. The Big Reds get a new set of downs.
JoJo Williams at the bottom of the formation. Run a little screen play. Called in by Jaden Brown.
Yeah, nice little RPO right there.
All the way out to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 11 for the Big Reds.
First down for the Big Reds.
Another look at it here.
Read option pass. Guess who made the tackle, Brad?
That'd be Lathan Groves. Nice little block by the wide receiver there as well. Darius Smith. Love when wide receivers get involved in the blocking game. Fake the throw. Gonna go deep this time. Got a man! Darius Smith will walk it into the end zone for 53 yards.
Yeah, nice little shoulder pump by Zach Brown there, and he was off to the races. Hit him in stride. Beautiful pass. Touchdown, Big Reds. Look at that nice little shoulder pump, and he put some air on the lead. Beautiful throw. Touchdown, Chippewa Valley. Darius Smith.
Smith had the key block on the previous play, then blew past his defender, found himself wide open, and was able to walk it into the end zone. 53 yards on the pitch and catch. Big Reds in front, 13-0, waiting on the Haddad extra point off the hold of Peyton Coldicott. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is through. 14-0, Big Reds in front. 10:53 left to go in the first half.
This is what you wanted too if you're Chippewa Valley. Get a couple scores up on them early, make them have to chase you. Nice little double move there and a little stop and go. And big touchdown play there for the Big Reds. Two big plays have gotten Chippewa Valley off to their first two touchdowns. A block punt, and now a long touchdown pass.
A Big Red team, Jeff, it's going to fail to make the playoffs. First time since 2010, 2011, we missed the playoffs in back-to-back seasons. So it's these little things, these little wins over the next couple of weeks that are going to go a long way in terms of momentum into next season.
Yeah, and especially if you're the coaching staff. Right now you're trying to get those juniors ready for next year, and got a pretty good sophomore class coming up too. There's a couple of those guys on this team, so. You want to get some momentum heading into the offseason and get something going. And obviously this is, when we interviewed Chippewa Valley early on in the season, this is not where they wanted to be, but this is kind of where they're at right now, and let's see how you respond. It's easy to take the field every day when things are going well. What's it like when things are tough? You still stay together? That kind of just shows you the true essence of the team.
Look out, big return across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Ravion Otto with the kick return.
Yeah, a little pooch kick there, and he just took it right at the seam. There was nobody there in the middle for Chippewa Valley, and Lance Creuse is going to get some nice field position here to start, around 41 yards. Well, obviously, they don't want to kick it deep. I don't want to give him the ball either. Although, he's lined up as a receiver a couple times, but he has not touched the ball offensively.
Kurtz in the shotgun once again. Handoff, met immediately and brought down. Some posing going on. Justin Wadsworth. And another look at it.
Just came right off his defensive end spot, read the play, and scraped down the line and made a nice tackle in the backfield.
DJ Kelkich on the carry, met immediately and brought down. Loss of one. Second down, 11 to go for the Lancers. Gotta love automatic lights. Trying to save energy up here apparently in the press box. Turn and fire. Got a man. Brought in.
Jeez.
Meredith Had the ball pop out, and is this going to be our second turnover of the football game?
It is. Wadsworth got the recovery.
And the signal comes. Big Red football. A fumble, second turnover of this game already for the Lancers. We'll get another look
Watch
at
this
it.
ball go flying. Jeez,
Big hit.
Oh,
Peyton Coldicott, forced fumble.
I mean, boy. Big stick right there.
Get one more look at it here. Coldicott comes in. Good form tackle. Helmet right on the football. Fantastic job by our live truck with the replays tonight. Kari Chandler going to remain in at the tailback position. Zach Brown takes the snap, turns, hands off. Chandler across the 40, pushes the pile ahead to the 38-yard line. 3-yard gain on first down.
I don't know what nice thing you can do right now if you're Chippewa Valley, just take your time. You get a 14-0 lead, get the ball, Lance Creuse territory. You're in no rush. You want to bleed some of this clock and get after them a little bit and try to keep them on their toes.
Chandler once again. Chandler with some room now. He fumbles the football and it pops into the waiting hands of the Lancers. So the two teams trade turnovers, I think.
Oh, Big Red's got it, 71.
Wow,
Mason
somehow.
Cornett jumped on that football.
Somehow Chippewa Valley came away with that football.
It looked like the Lancers got it, Brett.
The early indication was it was Lance Creuse football all the way. See if we can figure out what exactly happened to the ball. Chandler once again. Fantastic run. There comes the hit.
Helmet right in the ball.
And there's, I thought the initial recovery, and then that bottom of that scrum.
Yeah, I thought 56 had it. He just fell down.
Chandler again.
Come on that ball, son.
Beats the secondary for the Lancers at the 18-yard line. Pickup of 8 on first down. Chandler really running hard.
But pretty chippy down there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, these two teams really getting after it.
Yeah.
We've seen some big hits. Seen some trash talking after the play. Two programs right now that are just in desperation mode. 10th all-time meeting between the two teams. Chippewa Valley a 7-2 record. They've won the last 7 games. Chandler left edge this time, lowers his shoulder across the 15. Let's see.
Yeah, another flag. It's been a while.
First down for the Big Red.
A lot of holding.
Let's see here, and we'll get another look. Play amateur referee. Oh, right there. That one's easy to spot. Holding up big, number 72, Nathan Ziegler. Ziegler's got a bunch of offers as well, including Ferris State. He's actually a Ferris State commit. Lance Creuse actually has some athletes that are going to be playing at the next level.
Lakeview pushing the lead to 16-0 over Eisenhower.
Chandler stays on his feet.
Gonna get the first down.
Eventually brought down by Riley Sponkowski.
Over at 21 Heinrich, Dakota's on the board. 6-3, the team can still lead.
First down, Big Red.
This time that offensive line paving the way for Chandler.
Uh-oh.
Bad snap.
Got it back. Not after you lost 10, though.
This hasn't exactly been the cleanest football game ever played.
No, it's
Zach Brown shaking his head.
it's almost like a Paul Abdul song.
And Logan Renee.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
One step back, 2 steps back.
2, 3, 4, don't matter. They're going backwards.
Second down and forever. They'll scrimmage from the 24. So this is a second down and 20. And now we got a timeout called. And it'll be called by the Lancers, the first of the half for them with 6:39 left to go in the second quarter of play. Mentioned this is the 10th all-time meeting between the two. 7 wins in a row for Chippewa Valley. The very first matchup between the two teams was played in 1964.
I remember.
Creuse won that game 29-0. The most recent matchup between the two teams, this one you may remember, 2023, a 42-0 victory for the Big Reds on that night.
I do remember a mud bowl in the first round of playoffs against them. A 7-0 mud bowl game. Chippewa Valley against Creuse.
If I'm not mistaken, the two teams played each other twice that year.
Let's see what kind of play call we got down up here on second and long.
Brown looks over to his left and through the wide receiver screen. Spinning out of the first tackle, JoJo Williams stays on his feet. JoJo Williams across the 10. Pinballs off a defender. Got himself the first down. What a fantastic run after the catch by JoJo Williams. The 5'7", 135-pound sophomore wide receiver. And then this one's going to come back because of a hold.
Well, the NFL is really getting involved in this game, Grant.
This homecoming crowd letting their frustrations show.
Well, it's a heck of a move, though. Fortunately, on the stat sheet, it's not going to count.
Going to really move Big Reds back now all the way to the 34-yard line. Boy.
Second and really long. And they got to get all the way to the 5. So second and 29.
There's not many plays in the playbook designed for that.
Yeah, look at the chains at the top. They're barely in the picture screen on our TV, which is a widescreen.
Brown's going to hand off this time. All kinds of speed. Look out. Lock. Bryce Lock into the end zone. The draw play works to perfection. A 34-yard touchdown run by Bryce Lock, the junior. So it's some of these underclassmen coming up with some big plays for the Big Reds.
Yeah, it looks like Chippewa Valley was just setting them up. Second and 29 and a drop play up the middle. There's nobody there. Locke takes it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. 3 touchdowns here in the first half for Chippewa Valley.
And then gets knocked down by his own man, Evan Housey. It is. PAT is good. 21-0 our score. 6:09 now left to go in the first half. Boy, this has to feel good for a Big Red team that is in desperate need of a victory here.
Oh, 100%. At that point, too, the play, I mean, that drive was not looking good. Second and 29. You don't think we're going to run a 34-yard drop play for a touchdown, but boy, oh boy. Gets right up the middle there and just gets a nice play at the back view of it. Nice little cut right here. Oof. And he's off to the end zone.
Absolutely made Donovan Lyons miss.
There's something we call that, Brad, in locker room talk, but we'll just leave it at that.
Juke move.
Has to do with an athletics.
He hit L1 on his controller.
He did. It's my favorite move. No truck stick. That was the juke move. 21-0 Big Reds, 6:09 to go. It's got to feel like almost an eternity that they've been in this position. It's got to feel good. I'm sure the one thing Coach Wilson's going to talk about is, hey, you've only played a half. You still got a half of football to go. You got to close this out. You can't get too high on yourselves. There's still a lot of football to go. Now got a flag for all sides.
This Chippewa Valley team did have themselves 2 games in the MAC red that were 1-possession games.
Romeo.
Well, yeah, it was
Open
game.
game.
Second game.
Yeah.
Stevenson was the red opener. That was an overtime loss on the road to the Titans, 24-21. And then they came back here, played Romeo at home, lost by 7, 28-21. Just had a 14-point loss to Eisenhower. I mean,
and they were down 21-0 that game, Brad, and came roaring back against Romeo. So this is a team that has shown flashes, and, well, they're showing a lot of flashes tonight. Now he just kicks his deep.
This time it'll be Donovan Lyons.
Oh.
And a good special teams tackle made by Jeremy Francis. Big Red's really showing out here tonight.
He tried to put the brakes on, and he got the brakes knocked off him.
Next week, another game that we'll have right here on CVC TV, a rematch of a playoff game from a couple seasons ago, Southfield Arts and Technology. They too having a bit of a down season this year. That's another winnable game for the Big Reds.
I get to see my buddy.
Yep, you are good friends with the Southfield play-by-play announcer.
Tight.
So Lancers will put the ball in play from their own 20-yard line, trailing by 3 touchdowns. 6:01 left to go, first half of play. Logan Kurtz in the shotgun, immediate turns, throws out to his right-hand side. Pass brought in by number 11, Andre Fort.
I like that play call on first down. Just good quick screen. The Big Reds giving some cushion. Get 10, 11 yards on the first down. Get the change movement, get some confidence going. How about a Lance Creuse coaching staff? My man, my old football coach, still doing after all these years, Bob Schroeder. He's in his 80s. He's still going strong. And he's over on the Lance Creuse coaching staff right now. We played Lance Creuse Middle School to start on their field, and came over and said hi to me. And just way back in 1990, he took over the helm here at Chippewa Valley.
Enos Carter III with the tackle. The coaching staff also has a Chris Vitale. Any relation?
No, I do have an Uncle Chris, but just to my knowledge, he is not on the Lance Creuse coaching staff.
There's a lot of Vitale.
We're like our own species.
Which is kind of a scary thought.
20-some pages in the Italy phone book. Better than Smith.
Big Reds showing pressure. They back out of it. A little man-on-man down here at the bottom of the formation. Pass falls incomplete. Ralph Freeman, intended wide receiver. Josh Johnson in coverage.
Yeah, he tried to moss him there, but didn't quite work out the way he had hoped. These lights keep going on so much, Brad. I almost feel like the lights are winking at us. Or this time of year, Halloween, you ever have some spirit is coming in the way? Or
I think there might be a spirit up here in the press box. Logan Kurtz there. There's some pre-snap movement on the wide receiver at the top of the formation. He didn't come set. So that's what this call is going to be.
have some scary creature crawl out of our monitor or something like
I
that.
hope not.
Well, I'm glad you're closer to it than I am. I usually use a human shield.
I don't like those jump scare videos.
No, I don't like those movies. I'm quite the teddy bear.
Nothing scary tonight. Chippewa Valley, they lead it 21-0. Couple offensive touchdowns to go along with the special teams score and another pre-snap penalty.
Telling you, if any masseuses are watching the game tonight, make your way over to 19 Romeo Plank. There's going to be about 7 guys who could use. They kind of started rotating the flags around just to kind of equally balance the shoulder pressure of throwing the flag.
Yeah, your rotator cuff, right?
Yeah.
It's tired.
I wonder what the pitch count is at right now if they go sub in somebody to the bullpen or something.
That penalty is called against Chippewa Valley. Stop the ball on the 31-yard line. Line to gain is the 41. That's Creuse. Desperately needs a first down to move the chains. Kurtz, plenty of time. Now will scramble out to his right, chucking it downfield. Incomplete. Jay Kelchich.
Pass is intended for C.J. Costa.
Now, Coach Wilson's still going to like the fact that he got behind his defensive back there, and luckily he was able to at least get a hand up and kind of make almost a distraction play there where it was tough for the receiver to catch that football, but he had a couple steps on him. They've already given up one big deep ball tonight.
Finally, Chippewa Valley will send someone back. Peyton Coldicott. Vance Creuse has punted out of this sort of short punt formation. Was blocked the last time. This one will get off. Coldicott will receive it at the 35. Coldicott across the 50 to the 40, the 35, the 30. Stays on his feet to the 15. Goodbye, 65 yards into the end zone. Second special teams touchdown of the night.
Well, they did one on the defensive part of special teams with the block, and now the offensive special teams on the return. What a punt. Took it off the hop and had a great seal along the sideline there, and he just took the brigade. Then he broke a couple tackles. Chippewa Valley right now is clicking on all cylinders. 28 points. Ranking out scores right there. What's the most points Chippewa Valley scored in the game this year?
Most they
21?
have scored, yep, 21.
They've already clipped that by a touchdown. We're still in the first half. This has got to feel unbelievable to this football team right now.
Haddad adds on the extra point, 28-0.
And I'll be honest with you, you try to be sportsmen, both teams struggling. I almost feel when you play a game like this, as rough as the season's been, just keep the pedal to the metal.
Well, yeah, you let out some frustration, right? Lance Creuse North has a defense who's a clock and more than likely on the next score in the second half where you would have a running clock.
And you wait for the opponent to step in his twos and then do the same and let some of those guys get some playing time. And this has been a long time coming for this football team. It's got to feel good. Again, as the coaching staff, like I mentioned, one of the things you got to talk about at halftime is let's not get too high on our pedestals here. We still got another half of football to go. And nothing is over until the clock is 0.
Homecoming crowd has packed the stands. All kinds of students along the fence line as well. Deep kick. This one's going to be returned to the 15-yard line. Lions knocked down Josh Johnson once again.
Brad, you're not going to believe the score. Second quarter, Lakeview 30, Eisenhower 14. Wow. I'm just mind-boggling at that score.
Lakeview team that beat this Big Red squad 28-7.
Yeah, look at the football team.
So Lakeview will be dangerous, picking off these MAC Red teams one by one.
See if I can.
Yeah, Lakeview 5-2. They went 3-2 in that ultra competitive MAC White. Grosse Pointe South and Utica co-sharing that white. Lakeview losing to Roseville and Utica did beat Grosse Pointe South. It was Grosse Pointe South's lone loss this season. Lakeview kicked a late field goal to beat Grosse Pointe South. Allowed Utica to co-share that championship.
That looks like Grosse Pointe South's up 28-0 on Anchor Bay at the half. Just checking out their Huddle Cam YouTube channel.
Big loss on first down. pass on 2nd down. Staying on his feet, looking downfield. Got a man open. This is a long throw. Freeman brings it in at the 20. Makes the first man miss, makes the second man miss. And another late flag comes in. Brought down at the 41-yard line. 29 yards on the throw, and now we wait for the penalty calls.
Well, Kurtz had all day to throw. It's got to be on Chippewa Valley, as they don't seem to be in a hurry to put the ball back.
Freeman was wide open once again. He was calling for it the entire time. Took a while for Kurtz to finally find him. And in fact, it's going to go against Lance Creuse, block in the back. More than likely, this block in the back was probably away from the play. Probably a block that didn't need to be thrown. Let's see if we can pick it up here.
Kurtz
Get the entire play.
Kurtz had all day to throw. Look at this time.
Freeman's going to enter the screen right here, and he's calling for it. He's at the bottom of the screen right now. And let's see if we can get this block in the back. Right there.
Right there.
Kurtz rolls out to his right. Kurtz going to run for it. Kurtz is going to run out of bounds, picks up a couple. The result of the play was a first down. The block in the back does bring the football back to the 31 from the 41. And they'll pick up a yard on first down. Clock continues. Nope, clock stops. Kurtz was ushered out of bounds. The clock does stop with 2:33 left to go.
That's kind of a strange play, bro. You got to let that fly or turn up and try to get a few more yards. You know, scrambling around and only get one on the play. Almost a wasted time there.
Four wide receiver look for Kurtz. Barks out the cadence, tries to get the Big Reds to jump. This time, Chippewa Valley's discipline. Kurtz, quick fire. Dangerous pass brought in by Lyons at the 35-yard line. Minimal gain of 3 yards will bring up a 3rd and medium now for the Lancers.
Well, that was Coldicott. He's been all over the field. Chippewa Valley tonight. About a half a step from taking that to the house again.
And nearly jumped in front of that pass. The gain is the 41-yard line. 3rd down, 5 to go. Under 2 minutes remaining now. The first half of play. Good protection, plenty of time now. Pocket evaporates. Kurtz brought down. Sam Jones, one of the captains, and now Kurtz is slow to get up, favoring that ankle.
He caught from the back there. Might have rolled up on his ankle there a little bit.
Sam Jones able to beat Sean Walsh around the edge. A timeout called on the field. Buck 42 now left to go in the second quarter. Loss of 7 on 3rd down.
Well, if you're the Lancers, what do? You punt it away, and you've gotten it blocked. Here's my old coach. He's the only guy with the white hair. And then the second time you actually punt it away, Chippewa Valley houses it. So the punt unit for the Lancers has been a little disappointing tonight.
Is that maybe where you see the biggest discrepancy in terms of, I would say, outside of line play? Is that the biggest discrepancy in terms of a MAC Red versus a MAC Blue team?
I mean, look at the difference it's done for Dakota this year. Take away all those special teams plays that they've made, their season might be completely different. Yeah, I mean, special teams can play a huge part, especially if you have some deficiencies in some other spots. But, you know, if you got poor special teams plays, it costs you so many other ways.
Lance Creuse going to go for it here. Kurtz going to fire. Got a man. Brings it in. Nate Apperson. A heck of a catch to climb the ladder and bring it down.
He had 3 Big Reds on him right there, and he came down with the football.
Heck of a snag all the way up to the 42-yard line. Clock stops momentarily to move the chains. 90 seconds remaining in the first half. It's 4 wide receiver set. Looks to his left. Locks in on a man. Going to throw it. And just led Lions a little bit too far. Peyton Coldicott, man in coverage for Chippewa Valley. Minute 16 left to go.
Big Red just trying to play some soft coverage, not letting anyone try to get over the top of them.
Chippewa Valley has Southfield A&T next week. Lance Creuse will finish their regular season with Port Huron. Port Huron 4-3 overall, 3-2 in the MAC Blue.
Well, that screen was beautifully set up, just couldn't catch the ball. They had some blockers out there. That could have been a very, very big play. Brad, with when they went for it deep in their territory, the 4th down here, they're going to go for it again.
Logan Lanu comes in as the tailback. Mentioned he is listed on our rosters as a quarterback, so one would think he has a potential to pass, set up the screen. We got Lions there. Lions changing direction quickly. And they change it all the way into Big Red territory down to the Chippewa 44.
Yeah, nice job there, just operating space. He drags it across the field. And then after that, it's just all his effort as he gets the 1st down. Not much blocking there by the guy who's right downfield.
Jaden Brown eventually making the tackle for Chippewa Valley. Looking to go deep. And single coverage on the outside, 50-50 ball.
Might have been offensive pass interference there, Brad. He had a pretty good hold on the Big Red defender who might have been there for the pick. No flags.
Didn't file the defense of that pass. That's when a wide receiver turns into a DB, huh?
Yeah, almost too much.
Lance Creuse playing out of the MAC white.
Oh, that's going to give him 5 freebies.
Offside on the entire defensive line there. Logan Kurtz must have one heck of a cadence there. He's gotten Chippewa Valley to jump a couple times.
Yeah, he's had them a little bouncy all night, hasn't he? It's kind of a little hitch in that cadence. A little hitch in his giddy up.
Barking out those play calls. High snap. Able to bring it down. Kurtz.
Oh, what a move.
Changes directions. Is in all kinds of trouble. He's just got to throw this ball away. He throws a duck, and it was nearly intercepted in and out of the defender's hands.
There's a flag. That's going to be on Kurtz.
Vinny Deagle dropped the interception, and you think this is going to go against the QB?
Yeah, he shoved number 50, Terrell Johnson, in the back. I don't know if something got hit out of bounds or something. But he shoved him. The referee wasted no time in throwing that flag. Not only that, that's going to be after the play. So that's going to be a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the quarterback. Made a great move. He had nowhere to go with the ball. The Big Reds were in pursuit. A lot of conversation for a pretty easy call right here. Like I said, that was an easy call. So now it becomes 3rd and 20. We'll see here at the end of the play. He makes a great move here. Watch this move. Oh.
Spins the defender right into the turf.
As 50 comes and drives him. I don't know if he drove him out of bounds, but he shoves him really hard in the back. And that was an easy flag.
Deagle out of his linebacker position. Failed to bring in.
So 3rd and 20.
Interception.
And that doesn't get any easier than that, does it? He'll be thinking about that one all night.
That's why he doesn't play secondary or wide receiver, right? That's why he's a linebacker. And Enos Carter bringing down Donovan Lyons.
A lot of talking.
A lot of talking going on. Pretty hard hitting game.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel differently about that. You got that much energy. Where were you in the first 7 games of the season? I'm not a big fan of talking. Talk with your pads, not with your mouth. That irritates me.
And now Chippewa Valley will take a timeout. 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play.
My kids run them out, they come sit down. But it's been going on all game. We've seen it. Even on the incompletion down here, a Big Red said something to the wide receiver and charted something back. Like there's this constant talking going on. Maybe it's more prevalent now with like social media and stuff where you can pretty much do all your trash talking on social media before the game even starts.
A Big Red defensive unit that has held Lance Creuse off the score sheet. He has been the most points Chippewa Valley has scored this season. The fewest points they've given up this year are the 20 that Dakota scored this year. A 20-0 shutout victory for the Cougars.
Not a lot of score reporting going on. The Roseville game hasn't changed since the very beginning. Dakota is now up 10-6 at the half.
Wow.
On Utica. Well, we got one of the coaches in our building, and he said they got a Gilly who's pretty quick. And they said they got a massive offensive line, defensive. This might be one of the best they said he's ever had. So
a lot of Gwillies have come through Utica.
Oh yeah.
Lance Creuse floating one down the center of the football field. And Donovan Lyons separated the defender from that football.
It's almost good that happened though, Brad, 'cause that's a difference about 30 yards in field position.
Jack Petrosky playing center field there for the Big Reds. Nearly came down with the intercept. Donovan Lyons threw a pretty big size. I guess you could call it a tackle at that point.
He let him have it. Now if you're the Big Reds, you got 8 seconds to go. You're giving the ball back to Lance Creuse to start the second half. They deferred. So why not take a shot?
There's one timeout remaining for Chippewa Valley. Reminder, 35 points in the second half would result in a running clock, so not quite there yet.
Got trips here, and Lance Creuse has 2 guys way back.
Zach Brown has those trips to his right. They're going to turn and they're going to hand off up the middle to the Lance Creuse 45, and that will more than likely do it. No, they're going to take a timeout.
Just want to get the ball in the middle of the field. I don't know, for the kicker.
We're going to have a 62-yarder for Haddad. Oh, there's another flag on the play.
Jeez, oh, Pete. This might get him real close. Yeah, it's probably just a lot of jawing going on. They don't want any of that because another personal foul penalty result in ejection.
So Lathan Groves has all kinds of Michigan. I don't know if you noticed, but he's got all kinds of Michigan State gear on. He's got Michigan State green cleats on and an armband. And so maybe he's hinting at something there.
Yeah.
Has made a visit.
Or he took a visit and they gave him a bunch of free stuff.
The offsetting personal foul calls. Four seconds left to go in the second quarter.
They got 45 yards here. Lance Creuse is obviously going to play some super soft coverage and have some guys in here. Try to maybe get some across the middle of the field, pull a little Boise State on him with maybe a little toss coming back the other way, a little trickeration here.
Calling for some razzle-dazzle, are you?
You never know. It's kind of like Dan Fouts in the Water Boy. You know it's like the last game, but you can't hold anything back.
Look at that offensive line.
They're my kind of guys right there. Okay, there's a little trick play here. You got the offensive line out there, and you got the rest of the 6 guys over
You're
here.
holding all your skill players back. I think we need a quarterback. I don't see a quarterback out there.
Someone's not in there. Now someone's going in late.
Evan Hosey.
4 guys out there. Well, not there's only the guy in the
It's
backfield.
definitely not Zach
No,
Brown.
that's not Zach Brown.
Can't quite see the
Is
number.
that 20?
It's 80.
80.
Chase Avery, the wide receiver. So we are going to maybe see some trickeration here.
Maybe he's got an arm that can get that far. I don't know.
Chase Avery going to roll out to his right. Yes, he does. Oh, my.
Wow.
Chucking it downfield. Jump ball intercepted. Chase Avery's first pass of the ball game is going to result in an INT, but it's just a end of the half Hail Mary attempt.
Lance Creuse celebrating on the interception like they won the Super Bowl. They're down 28-0 at the half, Jeff. What a half.
So Jeff Vitale, your thoughts on a wacky first half of play here from the Valley?
You kind of saw what special teams can do for you, and the Big Reds now with a big lead at the half. You know, like you mentioned twice, one more score, they have a running clock. So on this homecoming game, got to be thrilled at how the team has played so far.
Take a quick break here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television, but stick around. All of our homecoming festivities will air right here with the Big Reds in front of the Lance Creuse Lancers by the score of 28-0.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Chippewa Valley Varsity Dance Team. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field, your 2025 Big Red Marching Band. This evening, the band will be performing their 2025 halftime show entitled The Beatles. They open the show with Magical Mystery Tour and A Hard Day's Night. Next, the band will feature our percussion section with Eleanor Rigby. Then the band will slow the tempo down with Blackbird and Yesterday. The band closes tonight's performance with Hey Jude and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Drum majors Saul Holt, Evan DeBerna, and Lila Cheshire. Is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Big Red Marching Band. School Big Red Marching Band. The band will be performing next Saturday, October 25th at 3 p.m. at the Brandon High School Marching Band Invitational in Ortonville, Michigan. Why not come out and support the Big Red Marching Band?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the halftime of our 2025 homecoming game. Tonight we celebrate one of our school's favorite traditions, honoring the students who represent the very best of their spirit, leadership, and pride. Please join me in congratulating the members of the 2025 homecoming corps. We'll begin with our Queen Tennis. Zoe Bunk. Tracy Johnson, Raven Mercy, Leah Lee, Delaney McDonough, Riley Price, Madison Smith. Let's have a huge round of applause for our outstanding Queen Tennis, a group that truly strives with spirit, talent, and heart. And now, please welcome your team candidates, Mario Carducci, Evan Rizzi, Dominique Kozmitsky, Colin Marshall, Samuel Mastori, Jack Ostrowski, Marilyn Shaw, Caleb Sadowski. Let's give it up for our amazing candidates, leaders, athletes, and scholars who represent everything great about our school. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to crown our 2025 Homecoming Queen. Your 2025 Homecoming Queen is Gracie Johnson! Congratulations, Gracie! And now, let's give it up for this year's Homecoming King. Our 2025 Homecoming King is Mario Carducci! Congratulations, Mario! Let's hear one more round of applause for all our incredible King and Queen candidates as our newly crowned 2025 Homecoming King and Queen, Mario Carducci and Gracie Johnson! Thank you to everyone who helped make this week's homecoming celebration unforgettable. From the pep rally to the parade, and right here under the Friday night lights. Enjoy the rest of your game and happy homecoming!
The ball, and we are underway. Second half of play. Lancers have the opening possession of the second half as Donovan Lyons muffed it, stays on his feet, still on his feet, trying to shed a tackler, and he will. And finally brought down by Trenton Dillon. Whoa, what a start to the second half of play. Let's catch our breath a little bit.
Yeah, that had a little bit more of an exciting start, Brad, than we anticipated.
This has been one of the more bizarre games that we have called this season. Had a little bit of everything. We've had a whole lot of penalties.
74.
Who's counting?
It's like my Taylor Williams rebounds.
Unofficially, the total offense, 135 in the first half for the Big Reds, 98 for Lance Creuse. New across the 20. He's going to be really close to a first down. We got another flag.
And a flag. Maybe a hold.
There's the
That's
flag
been the
on
call 80% of the time.
Justin Wadsworth got upended.
Chop block.
Personal foul, face mask,
Offensive face mask. You don't see that too often. Maybe on a stiff arm?
Oh, this game's been chippy, Brad.
Is it on the stiff arm? Did somebody grab a hold of the face mask?
I don't know, maybe like this face mask right here.
There's only a camera inside this press box.
Yeah, he's trying to stiff arm me right now. He doesn't realize how bad he's about to get jacked here. Every penalty today, Brad, has been an adventure because we haven't been able to hardly guess any of them, except for that one that you saw was like the most obvious hold in the history of football.
Right. Offensive lineman had the defender around the shoulder pads.
I mean, like a do-si-do.
And it's going to be Lanoux again. Basically the same play. This time, no face mask.
No flags. And Lance Creuse trying to get off tackle here to start the second half. Maybe that was something they felt they could do when they were making their adjustments at halftime. I mean, the first play went for 11 yards until the hold, and they just came right back there with about 7.
Second down, 8 to go. Lance Creuse North with the football, trailing 28-0. Hope you enjoy the halftime festivities. A very cool band presentation. All kinds of Beatles music there here on homecoming.
Congrats to our new homecoming king and queen.
Kurtz fires the ball into the turf. Too low for the intended wide receiver, Apperson.
Oh, Brad, the Chieftains have plenty of fight tonight as they have taken a 13-10 lead over the Cougars. And the Eisenhower Eagles starting to inch their way back, 30-20 now as Lakeview still leads that game.
You and I kind of speculated that the Utica-Dakota game could be for home field advantage in the playoffs. One would think if Dakota were to drop that football game, the Chieftains could have home field advantage over Dakota in the first round of districts. Obviously, a lot to be decided in terms of who's the 1 seed.
Right, but home field not on their field.
Right, because of Swinehart Field being under construction.
I know a few people are in the company there that are designing that stadium. Been told it's going to be absolutely gorgeous when it's done. So definitely have to use one of my MAC passes and make a road trip there to see the stadium.
Fourth down and a long one, maybe even a short 2.
Wanted to try to hard count them again. He's got that Peyton Manning cadence, no direct quarterback snap. Well, I don't think he got him. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage, Brad.
This is going to be a turnover on downs. The Chippewa Valley defense flexing their muscles. They come away with a big 4th down stand. The turnover on downs will give them terrific field position at the Lance Creuse 23-yard line.
I mean, I get it. This is game 8. You're 1-6. You're playing a team that's 0-7. But you're going for it on your own 24. I mean, you just gave the Chippewa Valley a gift. And at the rate they're playing, a touchdown here
Running clock.
speeds this game up.
So it'll be Zach Brown at the quarterback position.
Look at Lance Creuse right up on that DB on the near side of the screen there. We'll keep it.
A little bit of a zone read by Zach Brown, the 6-foot junior quarterback.
Got about 7 there.
Donovan Lyons, the tackler for the Lancers. Now we got an injured Lance Creuse player.
It's hard to get that number on the other side of the field. Oh, he's up. That was number 54.
Darren Blackman Jr.
Sometimes the hard part, sometimes you just get rolled up on, especially in that interior play. I mean, there's That's why you see a lot of linemen now with those knee braces just to protect their knees, just because it happens so often in a game.
Talk about a haunted press box. We just heard some knocking up here. So.
I'm waiting for the ring to come through the screen here.
Chandler on the right-hand side. Look out. Chandler reaching for the pylon. He's going to come up a yard short as he got twisted down.
Almost to the splits.
That was a really dangerous-looking kind of tackle. And then the official threw the ball back to Chandler. I don't know if we're going to get the replay of that as well, but that was kind of an odd-looking exchange.
Yeah, usually those side officials want them to take the ball to the middle of the field.
Oh, that was a horse collar tackle.
Yeah. Missed that one. Not only did he miss that call, but apparently he's not a very good quarterback either.
So now Zach Brown directing traffic. He's got Chandler on his left hip.
At the middle.
High snap. Chandler straight ahead into the end zone for another big red touchdown.
Number 8 running his mouth again. I don't know how he's been running his mouth all night. How does he not get off flag? He's had pretty much 2 targeting calls, which they haven't called.
So we're going to take a look first at the potential horse collar tackle. Well, no, we're going to get a look here.
That's a touchdown. Oh, now we're going to kick the extra point.
So we're looking.
There, okay.
We're looking live at the point after touchdown. It's
camera 1, camera 2.
And Haddad adds it on. So it's now 35-0. Next time Lance Creuse touches the ball, the clock will begin to run. So let's take a look now first at the horse collar tackle. At the potential horse collar tackle. You be the judge here, Judge.
What should have been the horse collar tackle?
I spotted it out of the corner of my eye and see if you can validate it for me.
I mean, he's got the jersey, which technically is not a horse collar, but there's 2 guys right there. It's a problem with some of those calls, Brad, is they're subjective calls. You know, if you feel like they didn't grab the pads, you can grab the jersey. So it's just at the discretion of an official, and it's not a very black and white rule. Just like apparently the high school targeting rule is not a black and white rule.
We learned that today.
Well, yeah, you know, if you didn't mean to hit him with his helmet first, it's, it might just be a penalty and not a.
So I assume that gets written down, right? And if you get maybe 2 targetings, then you get ejected. A couple personal fouls gets an ejection, right?
I mean, I know this crew has had their hands full with the jawing and stuff, but they've really kind of let a lot of that go, which hopefully does not come back to bite them later in this game, where it could get real chippy.
As this kick will be touched prior to going over the goal line, but any movement into the end zone results in the automatic touchback. So the clock will begin to run and will continue to run unless Lance Creuse scores some points.
Well, it ain't running yet. I don't know if these referees are like, listen, we're chiming in the broadcast, and anything they say, we're going to do the opposite.
Well, now it will begin to run.
Oh, Brad, hold the phone. 19-10, Utica over Dakota.
So they just continue to add on points.
I mean, let's be honest. The Chieftains over the years have been the recipients of some pretty good beatings, and right now, they are up 2 scores on the Cougars. Toss play.
I guess Dakota could potentially be the 2 seed in that district if you were to lump Eisenhower, Stevenson, Dakota, and maybe Utica.
Utica could be the 1 seed.
Utica could be the 1 seed, yep.
I mean, they're Eisenhower losing right now to Lakeview, 30-10.
Could have Eisenhower be the 4 seed, so you could potentially have Utica versus Eisenhower a 1-4. And then that would be maybe Dakota Stevenson is the 2-3.
Nice tackle. Stood him right up. Beautiful tackle there. That was number 15.
JoJo Williams.
Joe Williams. He's at I'm sorry, 45. 45. That's Braylon Humphrey. Those numbers are hard to see. It's a little tricky font on the old eyes from a distance.
So minimal gain of 2 on first down. Second down, 8 to go. Line to gain is the 41.
Slant. Oh.
Hurts through the hands of the defender into Lions' hands. And the safety, Colin Whipple, will come up to make the tackle.
Trent Dillon almost got a hand on that.
Stop made by Colin.
Missed it by millimeters there.
Another first down for the Lancers. Now first and 10 from around 40.
So really our first look at a sustained Lance Creuse drive.
Now this receiver for Lance Creuse has been pretty shifty. He's made some nice moves tonight.
Donovan Lyons, just a junior. Lyons comes over in motion, takes a jet sweep. And really good
See ya.
second burst. He has gone down the sidelines. See you later. 58 yards into the end zone, and some fancy dancing going on in the end zone as well.
Yeah, that might be rehearsed.
Has to be. I don't think you come up with that on the spot, do you?
That was different. I was kind of. I mean, usually officials don't let that go. That's a little excessive. I mean, you do a little chest bumping or stuff, but that was separated from a group. Anyway, we're at 35-7. That's going to stop the running clock. Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Brad.
Well, and it looks like Lance Creuse is going to go for 2.
Well, they haven't kicked it deep all day, so maybe they don't have a very good kicker, and we're just better off going for 2.
So Kurtz will roll out to his right, looks into the end zone, through the hands of his first man, and then Lyons. Nope, check that. It's Andre Fort. Andre Fort caught it. Kelchich was the intended receiver. It goes through his hands into Andre Fort's basket, and it's now 35-8. So much for that running clock. Another look at the touchdown. Lyons making that first man miss, then made himself really small, tightrope the sidelines, and then just was able to outrace everybody. And let's see, do we have the dance? Do we have the choreographed dance? Yeah, we sure do.
Oh, not yet. It comes in here, right here. Boom, 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 boom.
Little icky shuffle, maybe.
Yeah, that was something. Heck of a run. I mean,
call it the Lion shuffle.
The big Reds did not do a good job of squeezing that out, and making the wrap up. He just kept his feet going, and next thing you know, he's running down the sidelines for a long run.
Now whistles prior to the kick. A timeout called. Far side official.
I just wanted to make himself known. Ball didn't blow off the tee. There was no one that ran the field.
Chippewa Valley still trying to get themselves set. Bring a couple players up to the 40-yard line. The anticipation of Lance Creuse perhaps on-siding it. And that ball's live, and it's going to bounce off a Chippewa Valley player. And fortunately, it went out of bounds. And now we got a flag comes in late.
Flag shouldn't come out at all.
Well, that ball was clearly touched first by Chippewa Valley before going out of bounds. Kick didn't go out of bounds.
Kick did not go out of bounds.
It was touching the field of play.
The Lance Creuse coaches are going crazy over there. Yeah, he's picking the flag.
Yep, that's the right call. Nice job by the officiating crew to pick up that flag.
Sometimes it's just you grab for the beanbag to throw to market, and you accidentally grab the flag instead. And let's be honest, they've thrown a lot of them tonight, so they're used to grabbing for the flag. Just kind of instinct.
So Chippewa Valley back to work here offensively after having a very short field on their opening possession of the second half. They took over on the Lance Creuse 23. Only took them a couple plays to find pay dirt. Had the 35-0 lead. This is Locke again, changing direction. Gets thrown forward up to the 35-yard line. TJ Kelchich with the tackle all the way up to the 36.
Yeah, got about 6 on that play.
Locke has been having himself a good couple weeks at the running back position. 5'8", 160-pound junior running back. Zach Brown has done a nice job at the QB position this evening. You got a favorite Zach Brown song?
No.
Toes? Chicken fry?
Toes? I got 10 of them. I had to think about that for a minute. Reverse.
That's a really nice play call.
They didn't fool the big fella, though. They did not fool number 8.
I do not have a 12 on any of my rosters, so I apologize to that young man.
Nope, we go from 11 to 13. At this point in time, too, they might have brought up a few sophomores. JVs played their game yesterday. Obviously, next week they will finish their 9-game season. Well, end of the third quarter, Brad, was 19-10, Utica. Dakota has just scored. I don't know if they tried to go for 2 or they haven't got kicked, but it says 19-16. Eisenhower's now within a field goal of Lakeview.
You got some homework to do tonight. I want you to go home and listen to some Zach Brown.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm going home and going to sleep. I can barely breathe.
So ball spotted at the 45-yard line.
I will come next week with at least one song that I listen to front to back for you. How's that? That's asking a lot.
It's country, but it's
I'm an 80s guy.
It's a more modern approach to country.
I'm an 80s guy with a little bit of modern rock. I'm pretty simple.
Brown turns, hands off. This is Locke again. He's going to get bottled up.
Jesus, did you see the punch?
42 and 71 mixing it up.
I mean, that was
Josh
a punch.
Wilkins,
correct?
Mason Cornett.
I mean, I'm not known to have the greatest eyesight known to man.
Two guys battling up top for sure.
And this game has been pretty chippy as it is. There's definitely a lot of yapping going on. Trying to get rid of that towel.
Locke, yeah, he got it to the numbers. No further. Second down, 8 to go. 4:40 left to go in the third.
Towel didn't go very far. Downey soft.
Darius Smith in motion. Another pre-snap penalty.
False start.
False start.
Chase Johnson not happy with that false start penalty.
It's getting there. He's almost got that towel to the sideline. This has just been a strange game in terms of the flow and the tempo. Quick scores and then boom, penalties. And penalties just really change the game, don't they?
That puts you behind schedule and really halts any sort of momentum. Had some big gainers get called back because of holds, and then you're stopping and starting and walking off distance. Your personnel changes, and you're substituting players. It brings the process to a screeching halt. 2-yard gain. Third down, 11 to go offensively here for Chippewa Valley. In control, 35-8 our score. Have led right from the jump. Lance Creuse's very first offensive possession of the football game. Their punt was blocked nearly into the end zone. Bryce Locke was able to pick it up and score. Now Locke fumbles, and he's going to get swallowed up in the backfield. A busted play As Chippewa Valley goes backwards, Brown and Locke may have a bit of a discussion now. Locke going to stay in the game on the punt team.
Yeah, that exchange did not go well. Big Red's now forced to punt it away. And the speedster back for the Lancers. Big Red's a shorter guy. He's coming on late. Far side wide receiver.
Donovan Lyons scored the last touchdown for Lance Creuse. No, he's a dangerous return man. Haddad's going to angle it to the right. It's going to angle it away from Lyons. Probably a good idea. As the punt sails out of bounds right at the 30-yard line.
Punt by the Big Reds goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line, where the Lancers will start 1st and 10.
Well, this Lance Creuse team made the playoffs, Jeff, in 2019 through 2023. Missed out on the MHSA playoffs a season ago despite going 5-4. Kind of a team that's always seemingly pinballing up and down between the MAC white and the MAC blue.
And you look on the camera down there are some big boys down there, but
they do, as we mentioned, have some guys that are going to play at the next level. Green Ziegler, Ferris State. Brody Abramowitz, offensive lineman, has offers from Capital, Heidelberg, Hope, Lawrence Tech, and Wayne State. Big number 55.
I saw a stat the other day, Brett, that just astounded me, was that the last 3 Ferris State football games, the score has been 201-0.
Yeah, you don't have to bring that up. Lions on the right-hand side. Ooh. Ushered out of bounds.
But that's just an astounding point differential for a 3-game span.
Yeah, Ferris State is a absolute well-oiled machine in Division II. Deshaun Cobb is the Big Red that ushered Donovan Lyons out of bounds. Big matchup next week between Ferris State and Grand Valley State.
Yeah, might try to get down there for that.
Grand Valley State got to take care of business this week against Saginaw Valley State, the Battle of the Valleys. It's a big rivalry game between the two schools. Good catch, Jerome Hasty to the 42-yard line. $1:22 left to go in the third.
Oh, Lancers the last 2 possessions now have gotten a little bit of a little bit of rhythm going. Started to hit some passes out to the flats. Gotten a little bit of the running game going. Has had a few different players touch the ball. You know, we haven't heard of from a while was Nate Apperson. He's made a couple big catches early on the game. He's kind of been quiet the second half.
Number 2 for the Lancers.
Yeah, number 0 is taking more of a primary. Another missed tackle.
Khalid Meredith. Lancers rotating some players in.
Yeah, what could have been a 1-yard loss turns into about a 7-yard gain.
All the way up to the 49-yard line. Mentioned Lance Creuse will take on Port Huron, a little crossover MAC action next week. That'll be a home game for Lance Creuse. The Port Huron team will travel over.
Long drive down 94.
And Chippewa Valley will host Southfield A&T, a game you can see right here on Chippewa Valley cable television. Oh, double reverse.
Look out.
This is a well-designed play.
Oh,
and a big tackle. Andre Fort. Put on the Jets.
Lance Creuse going deep into the playbook there with a little double reverse action, little jet sweep into a reverse. There you come right there, a little toss.
Faked out our cameras.
big hit at the end.
That'll do it for the third quarter. Our score, the Big Reds 35, the Lancers of L'Anse Creuse 8.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
You know, Brad, we had the whistle graphic right up there. That's why I had to get my class's attention today because I couldn't talk over them. Couldn't project my voice. I had to blow the whistle in class.
You busted out the whistle, did you?
Busted out the whistle.
L'Anse Creuse driving. Trying to pull a little closer here. 2025 Chippewa Valley homecoming game. Big Reds in front, 35-8. Brad Fetters. Next to my main man, Jeff Vitale, up here high atop the valley in the press box.
Hey, Brad, guess what?
What?
Flag.
Ron Hasty upended.
Man, has there been a ton of penalties tonight.
Hard to believe we're already in week 8.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. We had a point in the season where we had 2 weeks off, which doesn't really happen. Both teams started the year kind of taking on lots of road games.
Yeah, Chippewa Valley especially. You look at their schedule. They started out with 3 straight games on the road. Then they had back-to-back home games before going back on the road for 2. So kind of a jammed up schedule for this Big Red squad. And looking into the end zone back corner, Lions incomplete. Jack Petrosky in coverage for Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, nice coverage there.
First time, Jeff, since 1993 that Chippewa Valley failed to win a MAC Red game.
Wow. Glad you didn't ask me that trivia question. I would not have guessed back that far. I know my junior year in 1989, we didn't win a MAC Red game, but I don't even know if they kept stats back then.
Quick little screen to Lions.
Nice
And the
tackle.
ball comes out late. They're going to say Lions was down. Yeah, even those years where Chippewa Valley was kind of struggling, you know, winning just a couple games, failing to make the playoffs, they were still beating the Warren Motts of the world, you know. So, I mean, yeah, 1993, last time we failed to win a MAC Red game.
Well, when you say Warren Mott, not the Warren Mott you saw in the 2000s. In the 90s, Warren Mott was a little down. When they started to kind of take off in those 2000s.
Yeah, even in the 2000s, Chippewa Valley was beaten.
Yeah, it was pretty good in the 2000s. You know, 2001 they won the Division II state championship. You know, they've had a pretty good run through the kind of earlier 90s through the 2000s. They were kind of the show around here, and then, you know, when Dakota first got their first graduating class, it took a couple of years for them to get going, and then they took off, and it's been a big battle ever since. It's like a few offensive linemen down here getting warmed up, Brad. You might maybe see a second unit coming in. At least they're just warming up down here. Maybe they're chilly, I don't know.
Temperature certainly has dropped. We're up here in the comforts of the press box, and now we'll get a timeout call.
Yeah, we worked up a sweat tonight trying to get the lights to go back on. Well, still 19-17 Utica over Dakota, and still 30-27 Lakeview over Eisenhower. Anchor Bay was getting handled, and we did not see a Stevenson Lance Creuse North score, although I'd be willing to take an educated guess. That it's not going well for the Crusaders.
So that 1993 season, Chippewa Valley went 2-7. Their lone victories that year were against Grosse Pointe North and Anchor Bay,
Who were both white division teams.
The red that year was Port Huron Northern, Eisenhower, Sterling Heights, and Sterling Heights Stevenson.
Different time back then. Sterling Heights is all the way down to what's gold now?
Sterling Heights is all the way down in the silver. 0-7. Last year or 2 years ago, they had a forfeit pretty much all of their games. Didn't have enough talent
Quarterback
to even
throwback.
play. And that pass broken up. Chippewa Valley wasn't fooled.
Oh, a little trickeration there. They ran a reverse the last play, and then little handoff reverse where the quarterback just kept going. The Big Reds scouted that out pretty good.
Taking some of these trick plays perhaps right out of the Lions playbook. Got to make sure Kurtz stops right before.
John Morton, yeah. Yeah, careful there. You have the NFL buzz down again.
4th down, 18 to go, 10:44 left to go in the fourth. Chippewa Valley brings all kinds of pressure.
That's going to be 4th and 13.
Got an encroachment call against them.
Tempo, offside, defense.
Not a lot of the defense. Kurt saw the blitz coming. He just put the brakes on him and got the Big Reds to jump.
Kurtz claps his hands. Good clean pocket, fires for the end zone. Double coverage. Donovan Lyons wanted a flag for pass interference. Not going to get one. Turnover on downs. Ball back over to the Big Reds. 27-point lead for Chippewa Valley. Let's look at another look at this last play. Well thrown ball by Lyons. Good protection up front. Let's see, what do you think? Pass interference on that play?
I'm going to plead the 5th.
Okay. Probably a good call.
Hard to tell in that angle, but in real-time speed, it looked like the Big Reds were there in time, and that's all you got. That's all you can go by. Obviously, when the game is slowed down on instant replay, it's very easy to see. It's not easy to see when it is in full speed.
Big Reds looking to put an end to a 9-game losing streak that dates back to last year.
Uh-oh.
Turning the corner.
Look out.
In space. Slamming on the brakes and a little bit of a late hit.
How's that not a flag?
Bryce Locke once again. And that's Lathan Groves.
And he's they let him get away with a ton tonight. And the Big Reds get a sideline warning. Wow. Okay. I mean, he was thrown down 3-4 yards out of bounds. Jawed back at him.
Let's look at it here.
I mean, well out of bounds. Watch this.
Good solid run again by Locke.
Wow.
Really on the white. Now Zach Brown going to go to the right, going to throw it back to the left. Got a man! Peyton Coldicott into Lancer territory. Down to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, he faked a little outside zone read there, and Coldicott just kept going, and he put it right on the dot to him. Nice adjustment to come back to the ball. Well, Brad, don't look now, but the Chieftains made it 25-17. If they were to pull that off, what a win would be for them. They go to 6-2.
That game's at Dakota tonight, too.
It is. And they made the extra point, so they're up 2 scores. It's got to be late in that game.
Darius Smith in the slot for Zach Brown. Or down lineman for Lance Creuse. Brown will hand to Locke. Locke on the left side.
Royce lost the ball carrier. Jordan
Logan
Grant
Kurtz,
stops for the Lancers.
the quarterback, making the tackle. Going both ways tonight, playing linebacker as well for head coach Vincent Phillips Jr. There's Locke. Locke has been phenomenal tonight. The tailback position also has that special teams touchdown.
Yeah, very unique block. Was able to like smack it over the head of the punter and was able to catch it and walk into the end zone. That was a great play. It got the Big Reds going.
It's a ground and pound game for Chippewa Valley, taking a lot of time off the clock. Locke going to stumble down in the backfield. He was losing yards and tried to turn it upfield, instead slipped and fell. Back, mark it all the way to the original line of scrimmage and then some. So it'll be 3rd down 11. The line to gain will be the Lancer 26-yard line. To get a research department. See, the last time Utica beat Dakota. Locke once again, left side, this time shoestring tackle, and a good one. Lathan Groves again, and he puts his hands up.
82 on the play. Stop made by Lathan Groves.
He's doing an awful lot of jawing down there for being down 27 points.
So Dakota all-time against Utica is 10-3. So Utica does have 3 victories against Dakota.
Well, at the rate it's going, you might see number 4 tonight because it's got to be late in that game, 26-17. 2 scores.
Zach Brown feeling the pressure, avoids the first couple, but it's going to get knocked down. Fantastic job by our research staff. 2000 was the last time Utica beat Dakota 42-15. That was a Mac White game.
What year was that?
2000. Utica won 42-15.
So that was the year after Dakota made that run in the regionals and lost to Clarkston.
Yep. The very next year they went 4-5, including a 3-2 record in Mac White play.
That group was honored last year. We covered that game. Was able to get down there. I was on the coaching
25th,
staff.
yep, anniversary of that team.
Dug out the old VHS tape. Made a little cut up. That was quite something. Back when this field was grass.
There's Nate Apperson across midfield into Big Red territory. Finally chopped down at the Big Red 40-yard line. 1st down for the Lancers.
Yeah, I mean, the last 3 possessions, they've moved the ball. It's penalties that have killed them tonight.
Turnovers.
And special teams.
Special teams play, yep, a couple turnovers.
Their punt team has cost them 14 points.
They had that fumble that was absolutely huge.
Went for it on their own 22-yard line and got stuffed. Made the Big Reds a gift.
Donovan Lyons has had himself a whale of a game. 15 yards on that throw and catch.
He had some drops in the first half, but he's played an outstanding second half.
Get another look at this most recent reception.
Nice little stiff arm there. He's got some wheel. Saw it on that sideline run he had for the first score.
Jerome Hasty in the backfield. They're going to throw once again. Stiff arm applied, and now a whole host of Big Reds will bring the ball carrier down. Reception made by Terrell Freeman.
Number 17 has got number 57 by the jersey just spinning him around. I don't know how that's not
Pass is complete.
Oh, gosh.
Under 6 minutes to play in regulation. 35-8, our score remains.
Andrew Fecto just has his hands up in the air like, you got to be kidding me, right? Just no call. I think the referee's arms might be pretty tired by now.
Kurtz with 4 wide receivers. 3-step drop. Scramble out to his right, directing traffic. Got a man in the back of the end zone who came open late. Andre Fort, so Logan Kurtz will just tuck it. Will take the loss as he got pushed out of bounds. Luke Foy in pursuit for Chippewa Valley. Official asking for the clock to roll. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. Second down.
Yeah, I think the officials are ready to begin their Friday evening on.
Uh-oh, Chippewa Valley late to get a player on. Mario Nichols. It's Lions once again. Makes the first man miss. Is tied up at about the 8-yard line. Tried to squirm out of that tackle. Defender had him around the ankle. Third down, 3 to go. 4:40 left in regulation. Third and short upcoming here for Lance Creuse. Need to get to the Chippewa Valley 5 for a new set of downs. Kurtz rolls out to his right, absorbs contact, gets pushed forward. That'll be good enough for a first down, and now a little bit of jawing taking place behind the play.
Yeah, we've seen an absolute ton of that tonight.
So it'll be first and goal to go coming up for Lance Creuse.
Clock should be running.
Got the chain set. Donovan Lyons in the slot. Andre Ford at the bottom of the formation. Going to hand off. And it is a big human being running the football. A little bit of a jumbo set there. It's going to be number 15, Logan Lanou, into the end zone, the sophomore. Adds on a late Lancer touchdown. And it's now 35-14. We'll see if Lance Creuse decides to go for 2 once again. They will, in fact, go for 2. 4 wide receiver set. Apperson and Andre Fort to the bottom. Escapability. Kurtz into the back corner and out of bounds. 2-point conversion, no good. Nate Apperson, the intended target there. And with 4:08 now left to go in the fourth, Big Reds continue to lead 35-14. Late Lancer getting up, injured on the 2-point attempt on the offensive lineman.
More likely looking at an onside kick here.
So this will be 8 straight victories for Chippewa Valley over Lance Creuse.
We are final from Dakota Stadium. The Utica Chieftains beat the Dakota Cougars 26-17.
Wow, so the first time in 25 years Utica beats Dakota, and that's going to send shockwaves throughout the Macomb Area Conference and throughout the Michigan High School Athletic Association, because now Dakota all of a sudden probably no longer in the driver's seat for that top spot in the district playoffs.
And then Eisenhower's still losing to Lakeview. That's got to be late in that game, down 3. They have battled back, but Lakeview pulls that one off. Can really start making Snooze to use job a little tougher. Lance Creuse lined up to kick it. Someone came out late.
Grosse Pointe South on the road tonight taking on Anchor Bay. I wonder if they could get the trifecta of MAC White wins over the MAC Red.
And they were up pretty heavily on Anchor Bay. to just stare at their YouTube channel at the half. So,
So you could potentially have 3 MAC white teams coming up
ranked higher.
and beating MAC red teams. Utica and Grosse Pointe South doing it on the road.
And the same week, not season. Same week.
Right.
When's that happen?
Lakeview.
That might take our research department a little bit more time.
Yeah, that one's gonna take a deep dive.
You might have to dig into the encyclopedias or something like that.
Blow off the dust, maybe.
Now the onside kick went out of bounds, and I don't know why it's not at the 40 where it supposedly went out of. I mean, it's supposed to be at the 40 when it goes out of bounds. 4:08 to go here.
Really nice job for Chippewa Valley after their struggles this season. Came out to play. Now a flag comes in once again.
Cock kicked.
Kind of right in the vicinity of the initial contact.
Face
Yep.
mask.
Thrown right into that scrum. So Chandler, the ball carrier for Chippewa Valley. Exactly 4 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Chandler was the ball carrier, and with that penalty,
Ball will be spotted now at the 47-yard line. Chippewa Valley making sure plenty of players get in. Jacob Ensworth came in to play the fullback position. Zach Brown allowing some of that valuable clock to tick off. Really no hurry to snap this football.
Yeah, he's waiting for the back judge to start counting and he'll snap the ball.
Lock.
Look out.
He just makes men miss. Lock
Look out.
to the 20, the 15. Gonna get pushed out of bounds at the 5.
Royce Fox, the ball carrier.
48 yards.
Out of bounds by Nathan Grove.
How good has Locke been tonight?
Wow, he is yelling at the Chippewa Valley sidelines. How is this guy not getting a penalty right now? Jeez Louise. He's talking like he's up 40 points. You're down 21 points. Just be quiet and play the game.
So actually spot the football back at the 7. Get another look at it as Locke comes right into your living rooms.
He caught him. That's great. Yeah, 38 yards down the field.
Chippewa Valley might have found themselves a running back here.
Stop made by Jordan Grant.
And Bryce Locke, fantastic touchdown run last week of 77 yards. Has himself another really good night here against the Lancers.
Second and goal from the 4-yard line.
Second down and goal to go. The teams will scrimmage from the 4-yard line. 2.5 minutes left to go in the fourth.
I'm not going to lie, Brad. With all the yapping that's going on, I'm almost excited to watch the handshake line.
Zach Brown in the shotgun. Give the Lock once again, and he will get into the end zone for a big red touchdown.
Bryce Locke in for a big red touchdown.
It's technically his 4th touchdown of the night.
Yeah, special teams touchdown.
3rd rushing touchdown and the special teams touchdown. Nothing fancy about this. It's just straight power football.
Yeah, downhill, our best 11 versus your best 11, and our 11 won. That's basically what that was.
So the 42 points, if Haddad can hit, and he will. So the 42 points scored here by Chippewa Valley has doubled up their previous high of the season, which was 21 in their losses against Romeo and Sterling Heights Stevenson. So an offensive explosion here tonight for a Big Red offense, Jeff Vitale, that was only averaging 11 points per game this season. That's how you want to celebrate a homecoming. You had to wait until week 8 of the season to have your homecoming game. But what a way to celebrate it here tonight.
Well, patience is the virtue, right?
Apparently. Kind of that strange scheduling quirk that kind of forced them to have their homecoming in week 8. Because you didn't want to have it against Dakota in week 5, right? That was not a good time to have homecoming. So then you go on the road to take on Eisenhower and Anchor Bay. So you had to wait all the way until week 8. But some of the crowd in attendance, fantastic job by the band as well.
Well, how about, too, we're at this time of the year, how about the weather?
Oh, it's just been unbelievable.
Man.
Talking about potential of 80 degrees tomorrow and thunderstorms in late October. Kick is fielded by Andre Fort.
Andre.
And still John at every play.
Stop is made by Trenton Dillon.
Looking around the Macomb Area Conference, obviously Romeo 5-0 in the MAC Red. Talked about the co-share in this MAC White with Grosse Pointe South and Utica. Congratulations support here on Northern. They won a perfect 5-0 in the MAC Blue. Fitzgerald a perfect 5-0 in the MAC Gold. Marine City took the silver. Marine City's numbers are incredible,
They're
aren't they?
insane.
They average 58 points per game. I don't think they're going to reach that total tonight.
Oh, they got a heck of a game going on with them.
In the MAC Bronze, it's Madison that won the MAC Bronze with a perfect 5-0 mark. Sharon Hasty to the 34-yard line. Creuse kind of has that Lions color scheme, blue, white, and silver. Simple LC on the side of the helmet. The other side features the number. They're looking to go deep. They got the backup Logan Lanou in at QB. Just trying to hook up with Terrell Freeman.
I mean, he had a beat, but boy, and you can see the flags on the far side blown that way, and football just got taken by the wind there. Still has not gone final. Eisenhower Lakeview.
How about that Marine City final score? We got one there?
Let's see Marine City in here. I have to tighten it up.
It's playing Notre Dame tonight.
They were showing up earlier, and all of a sudden they just disappeared.
The news pass incomplete, 4th down.
Oh, there we go, 14-6. So how about that? You're playing a team that's averaging 58 points a game in the third quarter. They only have 6. I mean, that says a little something about the Silver, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say. 4th down, 7 to go for Lance Creuse.
And Notre Dame is a heck of a football program, so let's not, obviously a heck of a game plan coming in for them, huh?
Lanou in the pocket.
He's letting it fly.
Going all the way to the far hash marks. And finally, we're going to get a defensive pass interference call.
It took a while.
Not going to make many people in attendance very happy. The Lance Creuse side is pretty much all filed out.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it's been the whole game. It's not traveling well. Usually when you're 1 of the 6, you don't travel well.
Jerome Mallett in coverage, 5'5", 125-pound defensive back. He's got his arms out at his side. He can't believe the call was made.
It's like you watch those NFL defenders and they go show the replay and the guy's got like 2 handfuls of jersey and his jaw's wide open. Like, how'd you call that? Walking off the 15-yard penalty.
Hey, next week we got some pretty good 7th and 8th grade games.
Yeah, we do. Trying to finish up the end of our season.
Lanou has all kinds of problems with that snap. And then some I don't know what that was. 77 kind of was getting after it. Justin Geigel.
Yeah.
Quite the juggling act.
It was almost like he was trying to catch a bar of soap.
New. Just really long throws. Apperson threw his hands and incomplete.
Yeah, it's a tough catch right there. It's tough when you're going to the sidelines. You have to reach up kind of over your head and over the shoulder.
Apperson will remain in at the slot receiver position. Andre Ford at the very bottom of the formation. 3rd down and long. Line to gain is the Big Red 41. Lanu gonna fire right down the seam. Incomplete. Caleb Meredith, the intended wide receiver.
Yeah, Big Reds had that sniffed out pretty well. Nowhere to throw the ball. Near the final possession of the game here for the Lancers, if they can't convert a first down.
Creuse playing this one out. 37 seconds. Lanu over the right side. Another bobbled ball hauled in by Meredith, but short of the line to gain. Lancers will turn it over on downs, and Chippewa Valley can line up in victory formation, kneel down the football, and end this game. We'll get another look at this latest reception. It wasn't easy.
No, and the Big Reds have done a good job tonight making everything difficult on the Lancers, and going to walk out with a nice 42-14 win on homecoming.
So Chippewa Valley will move to 1-7. Lance Creuse will fall to 1-7, and we can look ahead now to next week, a showdown with the Southfield Arts and Technology team. That'll be, as we mentioned before, a game that'll air right here on CVC TV. Looking forward to bringing you all the action under the lights once again on a Friday night next week. Scheduled kickoff 7 o'clock.
Well, that'll do it.
Chippewa Valley being told to go over to their sideline. They will celebrate. It's a big win for this Big Red squad.
Yeah, much needed too, Brad.
First win of the season. Handshake line between two teams that left it all out on the football field here tonight. Once again, your final score: Chippewa Valley Big Reds 42, the Lance Creuse Lancers 14. Opportunity next week for Chippewa Valley to pick up their second win of the season, and as we mentioned before, maybe carry a little bit of momentum. Obviously getting some players in, some underclassmen, right? Zach Brown, I thought, played fairly well at the QB position, kind of guided the team down the football field throughout. Some really good running back play by the junior Bryce Locke as well.
Yeah, you know, anytime you can get some all your players pretty much in valuable playing time. But, you know, the Big Reds kind of came out on fire, especially special teams really ignited them. They got a much-needed win. They were hungry for it. And now trying to maybe get a little momentum and finish the season on a winning streak a little bit. So, you know, one more week of practice, and then the season will come to an end. And so hopefully the Big Reds come out and have a good week of practice. And hopefully next week see a little bit of the same thing, Brad.
For everyone associated with Chippewa Valley Cable Television, including our producer, James Calderon, my broadcast partner, Jeff Vitale, I'm Brad Fetter saying goodbye one final time from the Valley. It was the Chippewa Valley Big Reds by the final score of 42. Lance Creuse Lancers 14. Thank you so much for watching this CVC TV production. We'll see you next week, same time, same place, for the matchup against Southfield A&T.